Here's a thing that is easy to explain, but hard for people to accept. But do you think God itself would help you if you lied to God? Or do you think you yourself, as God, can help you if you lie to yourself? Of course not. Well, I have had a non-stop 24/7 connection with spirit. I'll just say spirit, but I could say God. I just know people take offense to that. But I've had a 24/7 connection with spirit for what seems like now my entire life as Dan. But I know that at one point in time it didn't feel that way because I was caught in my person. Just like everybody's still caught in their person, so they don't feel their connection with God or spirit or whatever they want to call it. So when it comes down to talking to people about stuff, I know what they're doing. I know what they're thinking. I know everything about them. In, out, and all around. I know it all. And I don't think that's a great thing. In fact, it's sort of spooky and it sort of sucks because people can't fool you, trick you, surprise you. They can't. Yeah, that doesn't mean that at a moment I can't go, because something makes me jump. Because I want to be in the moment, and I want to live fully. I don't want to know everything, but I do. So I spend time actually trying to remove the factors that make things unexciting so that I can still be excited about the things that I know. So when they show up, I go, oh, there it is, awesome. So when I ask somebody something, I can tell when they're lying. And I can also just act like Dan and say, oh, really? Oh, that's cool. Oh, because I want to see what they know. And even if they're lying to me, I'll still say, oh, cool, really? Oh, okay, yeah. But I'll know when they're lying. I always know. There's something inside me that just doesn't allow me to be fooled. I created the letters, sounds, and symbols and vibrations. So I can tell by the way you act, the way you move, the way you sound, the way you appear, and the way you talk. I can tell. And I know what you look like inside and out. I know what it's like to have sex with anybody. I know what it's like to be all the things. It's like if you played the video game Mario as Mario, and then you played the video game as Peach, and you just waited for Mario to rescue you. You know what's going to eventually happen when the person stops dying on all the levels that they're trying to get all the extra items and all that kind of stuff, and when they finally save you, you know what's going to happen. And then I've, like, as if I was also Bowser, because I've actually experienced pixelated lives, and that sounds crazy and funny and goofy, but if you lived my reality, it wouldn't be goofy at all, because it came from the mind of a human being, and every human being is 100% readable, and the Akashic Records is something I made up. I know it, like the back of my hand. I know all history, I know all future. There's no mystery to me because it's my story. It's not mystery to me, it's my story. And as manifest yonder yoke, I'm God. I've always been God. I've been here before there was anything. So I know what people are doing. I know what people are saying. But I'm not mad about it. Deep down, personally, I show anger because I want to fix it according to what God wants. Not according to what Dan thinks. Dan doesn't think. Dan shuts his mind off. And God speaks. When Dan steps in to play his ego, more likely there's more Dan-ness to it. But God's always there. I just don't let that out for people who can't accept it. Because if I do, it's pushing them away instead of bringing them forward. And then people will purposely lie to me. And I know when people are lying to me. I just don't say, I know you're lying. Unless at that point in time, it's needed to be done so I can help them. But otherwise, I let people lie to me because they're just lying to themselves. You're not lying to anybody when you make up a story. You're lying to yourself because the person you're talking to is you as well in another lifetime, and you'll be that person someday or some time, because days and time are both measurements of time, and there is no such thing as time. It's just plus I'm energy. That's what time is. Once God identifies himself as a manifest identity, it's plus I'm energy. I am. Plus I am energy. The A is in the center. The A is moved to all things at that point. And in time, you act like you don't know what's going on. Most of the time, people don't. When you're born, you do know. But as time goes on, your parents pair you with what nature added. Pair, P-A-R, par, up to par, expressed, nature, plus. So your parent is supposed to teach you what they now think, because other people taught them. So they're trying to pair you with other entities so that you're up to par with what entities expect. And entities have been lying to each other for a long, long time. And it's time for us to end all the lying. If we don't, we're just destroying ourselves. Everyone who purposely eats garbage food is purposely destroying themselves. And they say, I didn't do it on purpose. And do you know what a purpose is? P-U-R, per, like not just P-E-R, but it's P-U-R, as in unanimous. And it's pose, per pose, per unanimous, reoccurring. Like pi, unanimous, reoccurring, or potential, unanimous, reoccurring. Pose. Pi, ongoing, source, expression. Your pose is your potential or personal or pi, ongoing, source, expression. Isn't that what you're doing when you pose? You're in an ongoing source expressing, and you're the person doing it. Pose. When someone's opposed to you, it's other pi on top of pi, O-S-E, oppose you. It's one, an outside pi, and your pi, ongoing, source, expressed. So when someone opposes you, it's just because they don't agree with what you're saying. But at the same time, it's up to you to be honest, whether you like it or not, whether you want to say it or you don't. Sometimes you can hold it in when you know the time's not right, but most people don't understand divine timing. I created it, so I more than understand it. I am it. And this is divine timing. This is where things have to happen. If they don't, we will kill ourselves very soon. And I'm not letting that happen. Even if only a handful of people remain alive. If it happens during Dan's life, I'll be one of the ones who stay alive. If it happens during my next lifetime, I'll be one of the ones who stays alive. Whenever the end comes, I'll be the one who continues it. And I don't want that to be just me. I'd rather have us all understand what's going on so we can live in harmony with nature the way we're supposed to. So I do know what's going on to the depth of the core. But I can't explain it to people because the other people will deny it. Let's say Tony Robbins. He's a millionaire, billionaire, whatever. And he's charging $5,000 to $7,000 per online seminar, per person. If you really wanted to help people, you would not be robbing them. You wouldn't be Anthony Robbins. You wouldn't be Tony J. Robbins. The reason you're doing that is because he doesn't understand his name. He doesn't understand where he came from. He was poor, he got money, and now that he has money, yeah, he's trying to help people, but he's charging them for it because other people have made him believe that doing something good is worth money. And if you have M and Y on both sides of money, and you have 1 in the center, you're saying, that one is it's my one, my money. And it's wrong. So anyone who's making money off of other people cannot help them. You cannot help somebody if their fund is what you want. Because F-un-D, you're funding. If someone has to use their funds, it's a force of undoing. Because people do so much for money that they shouldn't do right now. And we all know that, but people don't want to agree to it because they're having a good time. No, they're not. No, they are not. Their internal soul is screaming at them, but they're not listening to it. And a lot of people, when they meditate, if they listen to the voice within, it's going to tell them to stop doing what they're doing, and they're not going to like it, so they won't even listen to their own consciousness. And they're choosing to be ignorant and unconscious on purpose. This isn't me just saying this. This is me knowing this. This is me, I created this. So in a way, I feel like because I've experienced the oneness that wasn't just Dan, and it's merged with me, I feel like it's Dan's fault that all this stuff happened. But it's not. It's the I that is all of us. It's God that wanted us to figure this out. And guess what? It was written in every symbol, in every number, in every letter, in every name. And until you wake up, you can't escape it. Let's just say one example. John Travolta. J, the junction of spirit and matter. J. O, ongoing. Here. H. N, now or in nature. John. John Travolta. Trav. Let's just say that's trav. Traveling. Traveling. Volt. Volt. Traverse. Travel. Tra. The 3 units. His body, his spirit, and his actions that he makes up with his body. Volt. Energy, which he's a dancer, a singer, an actor. Plus A. Action. What does he do for a living? He's an actor, singer, dancer. Yes, he is. If he's not, what's wrong? Well, at the same time, because of all the things he's done in his life, he thought that he understood stuff. So he joined Scientology, which is the basic sin that we all have by trying to explain God in words the wrong way. Science is a sin, a complete sin. There's nothing right about science except for what people have said was right, and enough people followed along with it that nature produced it on a macular mega scale. It's just so big that people don't have an easy time seeing it. But the earth is like a little head of a pin to me. I've experienced every galaxy, billions of them, for infinite amounts of time that nobody can fathom. They have no idea what's going on inside my head, what's going inside my mind, and how hard it is to stay sane. Because I get so angry personally when I see people hurting themselves by choice, seeing them poisoning my kids' minds, poisoning my kids' bodies by choice, and thinking they love them and care about them. Yes, they like them a lot. Yes, they're familiar because they're family, but they're not loving them the right way. Loving someone the right way is being tough on them when they're doing the wrong thing. It's also being the person who gives them healthy ideas, healthy foods, and healthy examples to follow, not horrible ones. And if you don't like that, that's just you being a little kid in a big body who's toxifying your own children. And I'm sick of seeing it because they're sick of having it. That's why the children don't want to listen to the parents. That's why the children never wanted to listen to the parents, because as time went on, we knew we needed to change. And our parents were just blindly following what our government has fucking told us. And our government has lied to us for so long. It's time for us to stop following blindly and say, hell no. Let's just say Anthony Fauci, F-A-U, faux. If you put an X on the end of that, that would be faux, as in false. C-I. How does he get a chi in that? C-H? There's no H there. It's a concept identity. He's a faux concept identity, which means he's telling you lies. That's exactly what his name means. He is the A-N-T. He's the act of nature. Plus H here, ongoing, nature yoked in yonder. He's going to tell you what he's extracted from the world, whether they were lies or whether they were truths. He's going to tell you what he's yoked yonder. He's going to tell you because he's Anthony Fauci. Falsehood. Liar. Definitely. Of course. We all know this, but nobody wants to listen. Let's think, when our nation was ran by Obama, people were like, oh, it's going to be great. All the African Americans who just wanted a black person in charge. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I'm not trying to put any nationality down because there's no such thing as color. They're just ways we tell things apart. So yeah, I guess there is a such thing as color, but it's not to the depth of our soul. Our souls have no color. Our souls have a hue, but in a way where it's colorful without sight. But when Obama was in charge, do you know what it was? It was an abomination. And it's not me playing with words. It's what it was. It started us into a bigger spiral into the rabbit hole, or into the, I would say, the habit hole. But what we really need to do is stop doing what we're doing and start sitting still, quieting our mind, exercising our bodies, and of course a balance of those two. You don't want to sit still and do nothing forever, but you don't want to run around and wear yourself out forever either. You want to keep balance. And by doing that, you'll start using your mind better. By using your mind better, it'll want you to eat better foods. You can do it the opposite way around and start forcing yourself to eat the better foods, even though you don't like them at first, but you'll start liking them. And you make yourself eat the things that are healthy for you, and watch how your body and mind do a 360, well, a 180, and turn completely around and show you how great your life could be. Because if you don't, you're going to stay in your own personal prison for the rest of this lifetime, maybe not the next. But if the people around you aren't changing, the next lifetime is going to be exactly what you think about this time. And until you clear your mind and start having the balls to do the right thing, whether other people like it or not, you're going to be stuck in this same pattern over and over, listening to what you've been told and having it happen here on earth. Ear plus hear. What you hear becomes your reality. What you believe becomes your reality. Believe, be love. Beloved, believed. You know, do you believe in the beloved? If you don't, you're in a lot of trouble. If you do, start acting like it. Till next time, God bless you.